So we just got done learning about loops as well as conditional statements, and this falls in a great way for us to take a look at utilizing that knowledge that we just learned. And so I have two examples in here to kind of get us thinking about loops and conditionals. Is we need to print the odd numbers from 1 to 100 utilizing a loop and an if statement inside that loop. All right, so a conditional. And then there's going to be a bonus problem here for us is let's try to do this without using an if statement because it is possible, but I wanted to give us practice with both. Okay, so the first example that we're going to do is we're going to do it with the if statement. All right, and whenever we're dealing with loops, whenever we're dealing with for loops, again, we're going to start off with that keyword of for, and it takes three properties that we need to fill in there. Is we need to initialize a variable, we need to also put a conditional in there on how long do we actually want to run this thing for, and then we need to put our incrementer in there to kind of help our loop get out and stop. Right? And so for that is we got that keyword for, there's our iterator. And again, these are all separated by semicolons, as you can see here. And then inside the curly brace is going to be our block of code. Now the next thing that we're going to utilize is our conditional. Our conditional needs to check to see if it's even or odd. And if it's odd, we want to do something. And if it's even, we really don't care. We just want to console log the odd numbers, right? As you can see here, I have some previous examples. So how do we do that? Well, we utilize that modulus, and I'm going to go ahead and fill this in here. So we have that if and then I. Okay, so we're evaluating the I. And again, at the very beginning of the loop, we're saying I is 1. So 1 divided by 2 is the remainder not 0? Well, of course. All right, so we're going to go ahead and console log it. Let's go through the next one. After it gets done with 1, then it goes on to 2. 2 divided by 2 is the remainder not 0. Well, 2 divided by 2, there is no remainder. So we're not going to print anything. And then we move on to 3. 3 divided by 2, is that going to give us a remainder of 0, right? And so on. So that's how we're going to get by with this, okay? And again, remember at the end of each loop here, we are iterating, we're moving up one at a time, and then we're doing an evaluation, and then we're printing it out. Okay, so let's go ahead and try that out just to make sure that it does work. I'm going to hit the play button, and let me save it first, and then we'll run it. And there we go. We got 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, and so on. All right, so perfect. Yeah, our loop worked. Awesome. The next thing that we want to do here is let's try it without the if statement. So I'm going to go ahead and clear the console. And then I want you to take a look and see if you notice what the difference is when we put this in here. Okay, so notice that the if statement is gone. That's the first thing, right? But what I want you to take a look at is what's different. Well, we have let I, we have let I, we have I less than or equal to 100. We have that here as well. And then we get the I++, and then, oh, look over here. This is what is different. No longer do we have to go 1 by 1. We don't have to go to 2. We can just skip it by utilizing this. This is saying whatever I is, let's go ahead and add 2 to it, and we'll go through the loop again. So the first time it's 1. The next time it is, what's 1 plus 2? Well, that's 3, and so on, right? And so that's where this loop is running into. Again, if you want to readjust this to just do the evens, you definitely can. You can start off at 2 maybe, right? And that would do the evens without utilizing an if statement, okay? But I'll change that back to 1. I'll go ahead and save it. I'll highlight this and just run it here. And as you can see, I got the 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and so on. All right, so cool. Hopefully you ended up getting that. Hopefully it's starting to make sense with the loops and the conditionals and trying to match them together. All right.